Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the best and the worst AliExpress hair companies that I've experienced throughout this past year. Now, these are all going to be based off of, like I said, my experience, but I have had a couple of AliExpress hair company, hair installs. So I think that I am well versed in order to do this video. By the way, you guys have been loving this hairstyle. This is actually better length hair, and I did film a hair tutorial on it, so if it's up, I'll link it right here, and if not, it'll be up soon. So you guys know whenever I do my little list, I'll put it all in my notes section. So let's just go ahead and get started with my top 5 hair companies from AliExpress for the year of 2016. By the way, I am doing my rating scale based off the following criteria. I look for the shedding, the texture, the smell, the shipping, the thickness, the wefts, the packaging, and lastly, any bonus items. So a lot of hair companies will usually send something along with it, and I tried to write down if any of these companies did that, and that will increase their score. So at number 5 is Eunice Hair Company. So from Eunice Hair Company, I got that Peruvian curly hair, and I remember really liking the hair. I remember saying that it was like my perfect curly hair. The texture of it was just perfect. It was soft. I really liked it. I believe that it lasted kind of a long time. Now, the only reason why this is not like number 1 is because I did end up getting really bad tangles from it at the end, but I kind of feel like that has to do with my sew-in method. That was the first hair that I believe I had in a U-part unit, and I had that glued in, and when I have curly hair, I like it to be really sleek, so I would wet it a lot. With that being a glued U-part unit, the hair was just sliding off, and then it just got to a point where it got really tangled. But so it didn't last super long time. I believe it lasted about a month, but that's really my opinion about all AliExpress hair companies. I think that for 1 month, it usually does really well. It'll look how you want it to look. It'll act how you want it to act. It'll curl. It'll do whatever. After a month, the hair starts to get kind of like, and it's really good if it'll last more than a month. So the top hair companies that I'm going to mention can last more than a month. So this one, I didn't take any points off because I did like how it looked, and if you wanted to maybe get it properly sewn in, and if you don't wash it as much, and if you want to keep it in for less than a month, then I think that this hair is great. And this is actually the only curly hair that I have on this list, which is like, because y'all know that I'm a curly hair girl. So this is the only one that I would really recommend for curly hair from AliExpress. At number 4, I'm actually really surprised that this didn't rank higher, but once I looked at all the hair for the year, I realized that this hair wasn't that great, but it was still pretty good, and it is Nadula Virgin Hair. Now that is the Brazilian body wave hair that I had in when I first started this semester, so for junior year, and that was also my first closure. So I think the good thing about this company is that I was able to try out the closure so I can speak on it, but I also feel like that's why I thought the hair was so amazing, because I was able to have a closure, whereas some of this other hair may have been like number 1 perfect if I used the closure that I was sent for those other companies. So when I just look at just the bundles by themselves, I remember it being super soft when I first got them, but they did lose the softness as time went on. But that hair did curl really well, and it was also really shiny, and I remember it being really thick too. So I really like that hair, and also that hair was one of the best lasting straight hair from AliExpress that I had, and also there was never any tangling. If you want to see that hair in action, I do have my bombshell hair curling tutorial, and so any pictures that you see me when I was doing for a band, that is the hair, and I like that it was curling really easily, and also it would hold the curls, which was really important for me. So that is number 4. I really do like Nadula Hair Company. Nadula Virgin Hair. Let me get it right. Coming in at number 3, I'm so excited because I finally found out what the previous hair that I had in, the straight with the closure in the middle part. I finally but I did some searching in my emails to find out who sent me that hair, because I had it in my repertoire for so long. I found out that the hair company is Beauty Forever. So that was Brazilian straight hair. Honestly, you guys, that hair was pretty pretty good. I can't complain about anything. Oh, which reminds me, going back to number 4 for Nadula hair, because I was able to use that closure worked perfectly. I have absolutely no complaints about it. It was great. That's a really good closure. So if you want to order from Nadula, go ahead, pop you in a closure, because I do recommend it. Now, the only thing wrong with the Beauty Forever hair is that closure, it started to spread just a little bit, not too much, but it did shed, and I did notice that. And so it got to a point where I was like, ooh, if this gets too bad, I'm gonna have to take this out before I want it to. Now, that hair, I had that hair in, when I first got the Nadula hair sewn in, I had that in as a full sew-in. So I had my hair braided up, the tracks were sewn down, and then I also had the closure sewn down. However, I had the Beauty Forever hair installed as a quick weave. So I had the closure sewn down, and then I had the rest of the hair glued. Even with that hair installed in as a quick weave, and then sometimes the glue would get on the hair, I never noticed a problem with it tangling. I never noticed a problem with the hair being dry. It was just super easy. Like, that style was super easy, and it got straight. It got really, really straight, and when it was straight, it was really flowy and soft, but it didn't take too much to get it straight. So that style was super easy. I honestly will be getting that style again. But so that was one of the best straight hairs that I've ever had. But what comes before that one, or above that one, is actually my number 2 hair company, which is the Ali Julia Brazilian straight hair. Now, I didn't do a final review for this hair, which I'm so sorry about, because as you see, this is like number 2 on my 2016 list. That means this hair was pretty good, but I did show it in some of my vlogs, so you guys have seen this hair in action. I also unboxed it last year during winter break, but I mean, that unboxing was so trash. But if you want to see the details and the links and stuff, you can check out that video. Of course, I'll leave it right here. But that hair, oh my gosh, you guys, like, when I put in the Beauty Forever hair, I was going after the look that I had with the Ali Julia hair. That hair was so nice. It was so soft. And even after me, like, I used to have like dance practices with that hair, and it would still be soft, and I was still washing that hair and it would still be soft. Guys, I wish I could describe how soft and effortless this hair is. It's so soft to where it feels as though it's going to be shedding, because it's just like sliding out of your hand, but then there's no shedding from it. And another thing about this hair is that I wore this with my natural hair, so that's the only reason why I didn't have this in for a really long time, because it was glued in, so sometimes, you know, the pieces were coming out, and then I kept putting so much heat on my natural hair, so that was kind of damaging it. But y'all, I just loved this hair. I did get 4 bundles in it, but the difference between the Ali Julia hair and the Beauty Forever hair is definitely the thickness. Now, I did have 4 bundles on this this unit, and when I had my hair sewn in, I could only fit 3 with, well, when I had it glued in, I could only fit 3 with the closure. But still, like, this hair, something about it is just way thicker than the Beauty Forever hair. Now, if you don't like your hair to be that thick, if you liked that sleek look that the Beauty Forever hair gave me, the Beauty Forever hair is for you. It was really, really nice. But I liked how thick and full this was. Like, I could put so much hair to the front and still have hair in the back. You guys know how that is, right? So, but yeah, so I love this hair. Like, I would not mind getting it again with a closure this time, though, and getting it fully sewn in. Like, I loved this hair, and I just really recommend it. So if you're looking for straight hair, I recommend it. Also, that hair is supposed to be straight, but as you see, like, I mean, it was also bent up the way that I have it, like, you know, but it kind of has a little bit of wave to it. But again, that hair was super easy. I honestly do like having straight hair sometimes, because it's just easy just to straighten it real quick before you're going. But when you have that body wave hair and you have to curl it, and then it just looks a mess if it's not done. But straight hair, it looks good no matter what. And my number 1 top AliExpress hair company for 2016, I'm actually cheating, but I'll explain. The hair company is Ali Moda Hair Company. Now, if you guys remember, I believe during sophomore year, in the beginning of the school year, I raved about that hair. I believe the video is called like, I love this hair. Like, that's how good this hair is. And it's still that good. Now, even though I wore that hair really in 2015, the reason why I am able to still talk about it in 2016 is because I also made this hair into a unit. You know, sophomore year, I was really into making hair into units, you guys. This was a U-part wig, but it was sewn in, and I also got somebody else to do it for me. I just loved that hair, and the reason why, again, I can still talk about it is because I've actually had it in multiple times. So I've had it taken out, put back in, taken out, put back in, and let's just say like last year for New Year, so 2016 New Year's, I actually wore this unit. So I was wearing my natural hair, but I was like, I don't want to go to the club for New Year's with puffballs in my head. So I was able to install that unit myself and then, you know, straighten my own hair in order for it to match, and it still looked good, and it still curled, and it still looked amazing. So if I am gonna go out this year for New Year's, which I don't think I am, sorry about that. I know you guys want a New Year's Eve vlog. It's probably not gonna happen. But if I did go out, I would do the same thing, and I would put that wig on again. This hair holds a curl, and it is so soft. Like, it's the softest AliExpress hair that I had. And I remember when I unboxed it that I was like, wow, this is some really soft hair. But even months after having it sewn in, because I had this, even though it was a U-part wig, I had it sewn down. And then other times I ended up coming back, as you can see, and adding clips to it. And then I would clip the hair in. I would clip it in as a U-part wig. But both times, the hair was just so soft, you guys. I can't rave about it enough. So that is my number one hair company from AliExpress. And by the way, that is Malaysian hair. That may have something to do with the fact that the texture was so different. It was Malaysian loose wave. So yeah, those are my top 5 hair companies. That really brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and let me know so I can do one again next year, and I can, you know, continue to try out AliExpress hair companies, because you guys don't tell me if you do like hearing about what I think about hair and stuff, because I mean, you know, I think my opinion is pretty valid. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Hold it, don't malicious. And the crowd goes wild.